It was a quiet, moonlit night when Emily decided to take the shortcut through the woods. She had heard all the rumors, the ghost stories, the tales of missing people, but she had walked this path dozens of times before. Tonight felt no different. Or so she thought. The woods were eerily silent, save for the crunch of her footsteps on the dry leaves. As she walked deeper, a sudden chill filled the air. It wasn't cold, but the kind of chill that made her heart race and her instincts scream to turn back. Ignoring it, she kept moving forward, clutching her phone tightly. Suddenly, she heard it, a faint whisper. It wasn't clear, but it was enough to make her stop in her tracks. "Hello?" she called out, her voice trembling. There was no response, just the sound of the wind rustling through the trees. She shook her head, convincing herself it was her imagination, and quickened her pace. But the whispers grew louder. And closer. Emily turned around, her flashlight scanning the dense forest. Nothing. Just darkness. She started walking faster, almost running, but the whispers were everywhere now, circling her, calling her name. She finally broke into a sprint, her heart pounding in her chest. That's when she saw it, a shadowy figure standing in her path. It wasn't human. Its eyes glowed red, piercing through the darkness, and its twisted form seemed to float above the ground. Emily froze, unable to move, unable to breathe. The figure raised an arm, pointing at her, and the whispers turned into a deafening scream. She dropped her flashlight and ran, her legs barely carrying her forward. She didn't look back. She couldn't. When she finally burst out of the woods and onto the main road, she collapsed to her knees, gasping for air. She turned to look behind her, expecting the figure to emerge, but there was nothing. Just the quiet, moonlit woods. To this day, Emily refuses to talk about what she saw. But she never took that shortcut again. And every so often, late at night, she swears she can still hear those whispers, calling her name.